Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when Venus is placed in the 9th house in Gemini for a Libra Ascendant. Now I know some of you are automatically going, well, that doesn't make any sense because I have Scorpio or I have, Virgo. Well, we're talking about the Vedic astrology chart. And in the Vedic astrology chart, we have equal house system. So if you're following Vedic astrology and you have Libra Ascendant, you will have Gemini in the 9th house. And if you have Venus in Gemini, this video is for you. Alright, so to get your own astrology consultation and report, I'd highly recommend that you go to GeboTheShaman.com and get your astrology report and astrology consultation there, as well as a bunch of other things that I have listed up here. Alright, so let's jump into it. So what is Gemini? First of all, I have to say, the reason that I'm doing this Venus through the houses series for Libra Ascendant is because Venus is your Lagnesh, meaning that Venus is the planetary ruler or lord of your ascendant, meaning that this is going to have a critical aspect on your personality, on the way that you see the world, and on, your, of course, relationships and everything like that. Venus is relationships. Venus is the karka of marriages, especially for males. For marriage for females, I would look at Jupiter's placement. Alright, so we have Venus in Gemini in the 9th house. So what is the 9th house? The 9th house is foreign travel. The 9th house is religion, spirituality, philosophy, foreign travel. Really, traveling and doing all kinds of, it's also higher learning. 9th house is spiritual teachers and even religious teachers, college professors, teachers, gurus, mentors, higher education, so religion, spirituality, philosophy, and travel. A lot of travel, actually, for this one. So, if you're a male, this Venus signifies your spouse, your wife. Okay? And, so what is so that's a bit about the 9th house. So what is Gemini? Gemini is your communication, your intellect, your style of communication and speaking, writing, short distance travel, things like that. So, it just has this, this quick moving energy about it. It's ruled by Mercury. So, in order to figure out more about your 9th house, I'd look at where your Mercury is placed as well. Alright. So yeah, the 9th, Gemini in the 9th, kind of, Gemini is all about, your communication and things like that. And then we have Venus, which is, Venus is all about love, all about your, sexuality, all about experiencing the material world and having our material needs met and things like that. Having the luxuries in life, having the abundance, the prosperity, having the resources in life to do what you want when you want to do it. So it's all about conveniences and things like that, So for for either a man's or woman's chart, it shows that you might not like your own religion. However, you would like, let's say if you're a strict devout Christian, or your family is very, very strict Orthodox, and then you take a trip to India in your 20s and you say, oh wow, this is like, this is everything that I want, so you decide to become, Hindu, or, practice any of the Indian religions. So anyway, so this shows a love for foreign cultures, foreign art, foreign relationships. So, for example, long distance relationships can be seen from this. Also, communication is very important to you in your relationships. Communication and travel, and just, you'd be maybe one of those people who like leaves notes for your spouse in, let's say, their lunchbox or something like that. Or just in their car, or anywhere. Just you'd be one of those people to like, do romantic things like that, kind gestures for your spouse and things like that. And definitely shows a lot of foreign travel, as well as, there's something about the 9th house where you meet your spouse in a foreign country. So I'd encourage you, if you're looking to get get married or anything like that, go to a foreign country and you might meet somebody there. And so for a man, this represents his wife, and just as about like the communication will be very important and things like that. So you might have a foreign wife who is, I guess, very communicative with you, but this shows that just it's very important in your relationships to have that communication, and to be communicative, and like just express your feelings and things like that. It's like communication, being like witty and keeping things interesting, and so it's pretty good. So Venus in the 9th house. So one of the other things about this placement is that when Venus is in a trine house, that means 1, 5, or 9, your finances tend to be pretty good, tend to do very well. And, of course, there's other placements that might affect this, but also look at your 2nd house, 11th house, and any planets that are having any effect on Venus, conjunctions or aspects. I would also look at where my Mercury is placed, because Mercury is a lot to do with finance as well. So, Mercury's position is pretty important as well. And then, let's see here. So, it's just kind of, one of the more beneficial placements, I think, because I have this placement with Mercury conjunct Venus in the 9th house in Gemini. So it has been, it also gives you like beautiful speech. Like on my channel, people are always saying like that I have a beautiful voice and very calming and relaxing. I don't get it, but okay. I don't understand that, but that's alright. I don't need to. As long as somebody, gets something out of my voice, that's a good thing. So, but yeah, so you'll have nice speech, whether that's you're a good singer or you could be very very eloquent, very just put things together very eloquently and very beautifully. Put your words together. You could be a poet. You could, write poems. Just that beauty and creativity and art in the way that you form your words. It's very, very key there. So, this also means that you could meet your spouse while traveling, or it also means, your school, your higher education. So you could meet your spouse while you're studying abroad, or just like while you're at school, or she might they might be in your class or something like that. So yeah, you never know. But also shows your guru could have, or your teacher, your spiritual teacher could have a important role in matchmaking you. So that's the other thing, like so you could meet your significant other through your guru, through your mentor, through your teacher, or something like that, where it's like very you meet in that, like, either spiritual, religious, or higher educational setting. And yeah, so also ninth house is the house of good luck. So, and Gemini is, it's all about like communication, art, beauty, things like that, with Venus in here. So there's a high chance that your wife is pretty good looking. So there's that. And then so as for a woman with this placement, shows a love for travel, shows a love for actually experiencing the world, experiencing different cultures, different things like that. And so it's very good to kind of stimulate that that Venus in you, because the more that you travel, the more that you actually experience the world, the more that your Venus gets stimulated. So it's like it'll only improve your relationships with others. So that's good. Alright, so I think that's about it for me. So I think going to go ahead and end it here. But if you are interested in anything that I have to offer, you can go to gebotheshaman.com to check out all my astrology readings and everything like that. You can go there and book an appointment, book a consultation. All those services are on sale, so now is a good chance to get on top of them and really take advantage of those, because they're about to go off sale pretty soon. Anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe and share and click the bell button and all that good stuff too. Alright, so then we have the Qigong courses. So this is a very powerful energetic martial art, or energetic art, that I've been doing for the past few years now, so it's just a beautiful way of kind of really balancing the energy in your body and things like that. So check that out. We have the Cosmic Qigong and Self-Transformation Challenge, so check those out. Then we have the Astrology Certification course, which is basically a self-paced video course, which is meant to guide you through all the steps to take to become a certified Vedic astrologer. So you'll be learning about my specific style of astrology and how I do it, and it's includes a lot of very powerful information that is not included in many other places. So and then we have once you purchase that course and you take my certification exam, I will go ahead and give you your own website, so you can become a Vedic astrologer and start getting clients as soon as possible. Alright, then we have the astrology consultations. So those are, including an astrology career reading, relationship reading, and just my standard reading that is, tailored to your own chart. That includes mantras and rituals and things like that, and planets to work with and stuff like that. So that's all really good stuff. And then we have the birth time rectification. So if you don't exactly know your birth time to the exact minute, I would highly recommend getting a birth time rectification done, because if you don't know your exact chart to the exact minute, then your birth time is basically going to be hard to the accuracy of the chart is going to be off some. So anyway, then we have the rune readings and other stuff. So the rune readings, it basically are included, rune readings include, they're called 9 world rune readings, and they include your current conscious experience, like what's going on with you consciously or currently, and then what's coming to you, what's the possibility of you manifesting, and what you're actually manifesting, and things like your hopes and wishes, your identity, your actions that you're taking, the things that are in your unconscious mind, the things that are affecting your relationships, and what the Ascendant Masters are trying to tell you. So those are all great things to check out. Alright, and then we have the career coaching and life coaching. So basically that's geared for people who are basically having trouble, because a lot of times, I've experienced this in my life, is like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, I don't know what I want to do, so it's like helpful to have another person there guiding you through what gives you joy and what makes you happy and things like that. So it's really helpful to have my guidance in finding exactly what works, what career you want to do. So, and then we have the trauma healing course, which is basically the emotional awareness course, and the emotional awareness course is basically geared towards helping you to become more aware of your emotions, because when you're aware, even though it might be painful, even though you might want to not feel the emotions, when you're aware of them, they are less, they're more manageable. They are actually being brought up to the conscious mind, and that's a really good thing. Because when we're not aware of our emotions, we act out. And so, this is, if something triggers us emotionally, it'll be really intense. However, if we learn to have our emotions on a regular basis, then the emotions are going to come out as less intense. So, when I first began my work in my work with my therapist and things like that, the emotions were pretty intense that I felt because I've gone through a lot of rough things in my life. However, now I am, now that I learned that it's okay to have my feelings, my emotions, it's less of a strenuous thing, it's less taxing, it's more manageable. So that's pretty much what I teach in my program, to allow ourselves to have the emotions, but not to overreact or act on them. So another thing with that is that, the emotions tend to come out when we're first experiencing them as like a water hose, or like a fire hose. It's like coming out full speed, very pressurized, and very, it can be a lot to handle. But over time, once we learn to open that fuse and open that the water gates and allow ourselves to have our emotions, then they'll become less overwhelming and just kind of trickle out instead of being full force. So anyway, so that course is available as well. And then we have the distance energy healing. So that session with me, it's not a course, but it is a session, includes its own guided meditation. So when you purchase that course, you'll get that guided meditation, and you will start to I'll do energy work on you, and that's geared towards actually releasing that trapped energy, those trapped emotions and things like that. So it's a very powerful and positive thing that you could have in your life. So anyway, guys, if you are interested in anything that I have to offer, you can go to GeboTheShaman.com. And yeah, so like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.